So, Rich Formidoni,
my good friend,
this has got to be like the most eagerly awaited release for ages. So we finally have the ARP Odyssey. Tell me about it.
Well, it is a recreation of the original ARP Odyssey, as you know. 14% smaller. It has a nice compact shape that works great on a desk, and it's got 37 slim keys. It's got a front panel that David Friend, the designer of the original Odyssey, said even the texture of the paint feels just like the original. So everything has been scaled to fit. We've added some great new features like a drive circuit, a headphone output, and all 3 filter revisions, which I'm happy to play for you whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear a little bit?
Yeah, I think we should.
Turn on the drive. So it's got that great Odyssey sound. Now as we play with the filters a little bit, I'll crank up the LFO. So now you can hear filter number 1, filter number 2, a little Frankensteinish there, number 3.
So quite a lot of difference in the resonance. Right, okay.
Quite a bit, yes, quite a bit.
So does it do the classic duophonic ring mod and all that kind of stuff?
It does, absolutely. It's as you know, the original Odyssey had a very clever key scanning system where the low note was triggered by the first oscillator was triggered by the lowest note played on the keyboard, and the second note, the highest note, triggered oscillator number 2. And yes, you can do the great ring mod tricks that you can with the original as well.
So I guess one of the first questions is going to be, why smaller?
Right, of course. Well, as you remember from the MS-20 Mini, we used the same mini key bed here. And the reason that we did it here is because the original Odyssey is quite a bit bigger, and it's a square shape, which makes it a bit tougher to fit on a modern desk in a studio. So we find that these slimmer keys, as we've heard in the MS-20 Mini, retain playability while making it compact. So it still feels comfortable to get around the interface here, but it takes up much, much less space on your average studio desk.
Because these aren't short keys, are they? They've actually got a good length to them as well.
Right, these are not micro keys, they're mini keys. They're very playable, very fast, very responsive.
So I'm guessing, you know, that I've seen different colors.
Yes.
This is the black face, right?
Yes, so this is the third Mark III.
Right.
So the black and orange color scheme. And we have limited editions of the white face, the Mark I, and the black and gold Mark II as well.
But this is going to be the sort of standard model, right?
Yes, this is the mass-produced version.
So in terms of, we're using that kind of similar team that recreated the MS-20 Mini and the kit?
Yes.
So you've got like a team of guys who are working on recreation of
yes.
classic analog circuitry, right?
Absolutely, and definitely done with David Friend, the designer.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've also got USB MIDI, right?
Yes, USB and standard MIDI as well.
And is that the same deal? So it's non-velocity, it's just note on and gate?
Correct, yeah, it's just note messages.
And in terms of interfacing, is there CV and that side of things on there?
There is. So everything that was on the rear panel of the original is on here as well.
All right, so we got CV in and out, gate in and out. All right, so there's actually a little bit more than, because we didn't get CV
on
out
the Mark
on the
III.
Right,
this is the Mark III configuration.
Okay, cool.
With the addition of the headphone out with the dedicated volume control, so that part is new.
So it's one thing that's really interesting. I think I heard somewhere that actually the Odyssey outsold the Mini by something like 2-to-1 in terms of production. It was a much bigger kind of synthesizer, perhaps more so in the US, because in the UK it was used by all the kind of early electro artists, whereas in the US it's more of a sort of jazz funk kind of lead instrument.
Sure, yeah, jazz, funk, rock, a lot of cats used it for sure.
So as far as the rest of the circuitry, the envelopes, that sort of thing, you've really gone for an absolute one-to-one.
Yes, absolute one-to-one. The drive circuit's added in the end of the audio chain. It's, you know, the envelopes, the LFOs, the sample and hold, all of that was designed with painstaking attention to recreating the original structure.
So have you had a couple of people playing it who are kind of Art Odyssey people?
Absolutely.
So you had a lot of input from those guys on the way as well?
We have. Herbie Hancock said it sounded just like the ARP Odyssey that he remembers when he was first learning synthesizers. And, you know, of course, again, David Friend saying it sounded like a carbon copy of the original.
And I know that Korg have been, say, pioneering the kind of hackathon, DIY kind of stuff. Are there patch points and stuff in here that people can open up and go, hey, what the hell, I'll give it a go? I mean, obviously, warranty void and all that, but
right.
Are you keeping it as open in this instance?
No, not at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this guy is going to be, well, when is it going to be available?
Should be available in March.
Right, and what's the price?
$9.99 US.
Wow. And is that the same for the limited edition ones, or are they at different price points?
That may be a bit different.
Right, okay.
More info on that later.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rich.
My pleasure as always.
See you later.